Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The honorable judges, dear my friends who participated in the speech contest, and all the audiences watching me in this video. Hi, I'm number 64. Nice to meet you. Today, I stand in front of you not only representative about who I am, but also to deliver the speech with a theme, the impact of social media on intercultural communication. Firstly, I would like to thank to the Almighty God, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who always given health, blessing, and salvation for all of us. Secondly, may salawat and salam be with our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who has guided us from the darkness to lightness in the world as well as in the next world. Thirdly, I would like to say thank you to the judges who has given me a chance to stand here. Ladies and gentlemen, what is social media actually, why it is so important to us, and what's the impact of social media on intercultural communication? Well, ladies and gentlemen, when someone accesses the internet, we are more likely to open social media, right? Of course, everyone knows about social media. Today, many people seem to be unable to escape social media in their daily lives. Not only young people, but also adults. Social media itself is a means to communicate between one person and another person. Through social media, people can express themselves. There are many kinds of social media that exist at this time. Social media such as Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, Line, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Quora, and many others. At least almost everyone has one kind of social media accounts. Some of them even have accounts on every social media that is available and popular at the moment. It could be that many people won't believe if you all say that you don't have a social media account at all. Unlike in the real world, where social etiquette sometimes feel restrictive and limiting, people feel they have a greater sense of freedom of expression and not of speech when using online networks. Of course, content is monitored and can be removed, but with millions of users on sites such as Facebook and Twitter, even YouTube, every single status, photo, or comment can be watched, evaluated, and completely controlled. This has arguably led to a rise in expressions, feelings, and ideas from people who may otherwise find it hard to portray themselves how they would like in person and face-to-face with others. The use of social media in everyday life certainly has good and bad impacts on how we communicate each other. I'll start with the good impact we can get from social media. First one, it can be a mix of communication between each other. Second, it can be a means for students to access information about learning. Third, can find out the latest news information. Fourth, it can be a means to find a job or do the work. And the last, it can be a means to express themselves. But on the other side, the social media has bad impacts. Number one is lack of communication with people around in everyday life. Often people will ignore the people around them when they are already playing or surfing in cyberspace. Even in a family when gathered, family members often prefer to stare at the cell phone screen, so that even between families can be less communication even though they live in the same house. Number two, there is negative content that can affect the thinking of people, especially children. Lack of supervision from parents to filter out things watched by underage children can result in underage children opening content that isn't educational or even pornographic content. Number three, misusing social media to commit a crime. There are also people who have malicious intent, use social media to carry out their evil intentions. Often the news is heard of someone committed fraud through social media, or even news about someone who was killed after meeting with friends from social media. And number four, affected by houses. People who don't know the fake news sources they hear can spread the false news through their social media accounts. Essentially, social media has changed the way we are able and communicate each other. As the social media grows, so do the risk of using it. I think it's so important to us to use social media wisely. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for my speech. I hope you got something new from me and enjoyed it. Thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.